Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Devlin, Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying wrapped up...
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. I've heard rumours that you're interested in moving to this team. Is there any truth to that? Do you feel that you don't need to practice? Appreciate your time.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and Zandvoort, 25 miles away from Amsterdam, and the host for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. Zandvoort circuit, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout a 2.6-mile lap. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Devlin lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Sainz, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Perez, Norris, Gasly and Kimi Raikkonen, Vettel, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Russell, Giovinazzi, Lundgaard, Nicholas Latifi and Yuki Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. this lap, we can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. The fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. What happened? Let me know you're okay. Final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 6.4 seconds. Awesome driving today. That's 4 race wins in a row.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Devlin increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race.
The contract renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else. Great. They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.
OK, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix. Hello, I see you found the data centre. My name's Pierre. I'm your man for all issues of R&D, so get used to hearing a lot from me. Your workstation should be all set up and good to go, but if you run into any issues, be sure to give me a shout.
job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Devlin, Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment? There's quite a buzz around this team at the moment. What are your thoughts on them? How are you finding things at your new team? Are you settling in? You didn't practice much this weekend. Are you... Appreciate your time.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
It's time for the Italian Grand Prix once again, here at the beloved and iconic Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. With the lowest downforce and drag of any circuit in the season, expect to see drivers making the most of the slipstream effect here today. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Devlin lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Ricciardo.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going. lap of the race so far. Fastest lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 10.8 seconds. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
They made great use of the clear air today then and didn't allow anyone to exploit the slipstream behind them. What a great win here at Monza. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Devlin increases their championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to...
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. Are you missing your old team? That was an epic battle today. How do you think this will play out? Appreciate your time.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.